The Federal Reserve has just raised interest rates by another 25 basis points. How did this impact the stock market and cryptocurrency market? Two members of Congress proposed a new bill that would ban the trading of individual stocks from members of Congress. And why is this important? And John Deaton points out a document that was signed by several members in the financial markets, and this could be a key piece in helping the Ripple versus the SEC case. Hey guys, it's Ryan with Big Dog Investing. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. If you guys could do a couple of things for me, if you guys go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. Click the bell notification down below so that YouTube can send you guys notifications whenever I release videos. Watch my videos all the way to the end. If you guys could share my videos and share my channel with anyone. I'm trying to grow my channel as much as I can, and I definitely need you guys' help in doing so. Getting started chasing me Wednesday, May 3rd. With my channel, we're getting close to the 200 subscribers. So when we get pretty close, when we get to like 190, 195 subscribers, I'll be releasing details on the 200 subscriber giveaway. I'm probably going to be doing HBAR tokens. So if you guys can, again, share my channel. But getting started though, the total market cap for all cryptocurrency right now is $1,195,000,000,000. This is a 1.3% increase on the day. Bitcoin right now is currently trading at $29,078. Ethereum is currently trading at $1,901, and XRP right now is currently trading at 46.13 cents. Getting into our biggest gainers and losers on the day. Our biggest gainer is going to be on the day is going to be Pepe, up 25.7%. Hex is going to be up 17%. And then Woo's going to be up 12%. Our biggest losers on the day, SUI is going to be down 34.2%. XRD is going to be down 7.4%. And then Stacks right here is going to be down 2.7%. Getting into some news, though, that impacted the financial markets, the first thing that I wanted to talk about right here was the Federal Reserve raised interest rates by 25 basis points. For those of you guys that don't know, that's 0.25%. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it does impact the financial markets. When interest rates rise, investor confidence in the markets drops drastically, and the stock market and the cryptocurrency market felt it. It dropped for a little bit for the cryptocurrency market, roughly about 3 to 6%, depending on which cryptocurrencies we were basically trading. There were some that were a little bit more than that, and then some that were a little bit less. But since then, we've bounced back. But since cryptocurrency is trading 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the stock market's only traded Monday through Friday, and then I think it's only 7 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that, stock market did not do very well. Stock market was down about 3%. Towards the end of the day, was down just about 1%. So I do see a bounce back rally, especially because the cryptocurrency market did rally back. Again, no financial advice. But a big thing right here, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says the banking system is sound, resilient. And this is kind of important because he's trying to show that we have confidence, and he and other people in the financial markets have confidence in our banking system. But if we look right here, since March, these banks have collapsed. First Republic, the 14th largest bank, Silicon Valley Bank, 16th largest, Silvergate, 147th largest, Signature, 29th largest, Credit Suisse, 45th largest, and now PACW, the 59th largest, is trying to sail. And then again, today, Jerome Powell says the U.S. banking system is sound. And when they say PACW is trying to sail, for those of you guys that don't know or don't follow, lots has been going on in the financial markets. PACW stock is down 55% in after hours trading. So if you currently did hold this stock, unfortunately, you guys lost massively in the after hour sales. Again, this is where other people are allowed to, go into the markets where, us average individuals cannot. So if you guys are actually holding any banking stocks, again, no financial advice, I just get rid of any banking stocks. Obviously, there's too risky right now to be in. Obviously dropping 55% in after hour trading, and there's nothing that you can do about it. At least if cryptocurrency, if it starts to drop drastically, at least you can pull your money out. Right here, you just have to wait till the next trading day. This was really interesting, though. Biden Deputy Energy Secretary David Turk can't or won't say how spending $50 trillion in taxpayer dollars will reduce the global temperatures. Again, this and everything else that I talk about is going to be in the comments. I still haven't been able to figure out how to play videos on my channel, but in this video, Senator Kennedy, you guys, I would highly encourage you guys to watch it, asks the Deputy Energy Secretary, David Turk, about how spending all of this money is going to help stop global warming in the United States as well as the world. And David Turk can't answer. He's just like, well, we know that reducing carbon dioxide and greenhouse gases is going to help reduce temperatures globally. And he's like, yeah, but you're trying to spend $50 trillion by 2030. How can you justify spending that much money? Again, that's $50 trillion added to the deficit that's already been growing drastically. Um, we still have to figure out what's going on with our debt ceiling right now. But as of right now, this just blows my mind that the Democratic Party right now wants to spend another $50 trillion on Green New Deals, on protecting the environment, but can't back it up with any research. Now, I'm an environmental science teacher. I teach high school. A lot of people don't really know about carbon dioxide. Everyone thinks it's like a huge abundance, but if we actually just do a quick Google search, for those of you guys that don't know, and again, don't trust people, again, I just back things up with research right here. CO2 makes up only about 0.04% of our atmosphere. Okay. This kind of just blows my mind. So, right now, our carbon dioxide right now is 0.04%. Yet, we want to spend $50 trillion to stop this from growing what? A tenth of a percent, a hundredth of a percent, whatever it's going to be. They haven't been able to back any of this up. They've been talking about how global warming is going to kill our environment since the 1960s, and we're still around. Temperatures are rising, but temperatures rise in global warming periods and cool off during global cooling periods. That's why we hit ice ages. We get out of ice ages. We go back into ice ages. History repeats itself. Again, I'm not going to get into it anymore, but that's where our carbon dioxide levels are. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., for those of you guys that don't know, he's a Democrat. He wants to run against President Biden in the upcoming 2024 election for the Democratic primary. He's a huge advocate for cryptocurrency. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says cryptocurrencies led by Bitcoin, along with other crypto technologies, are a major innovation engine. It is a mistake for the U.S. government to hobble at the industry and try to drive innovation elsewhere. Biden proposed a 30% tax on cryptocurrency mining, and he says this is a bad idea. And I 100% agree. We shouldn't be trying to stop innovation from happening. Obviously, our country is founded on entrepreneurship, and basically, right now, the Democratic Party is trying to stop entrepreneurs from succeeding because they want the old financial markets to still be in effect, in a sense, allowing the individuals who are those heads to keep reaping the benefits, when in reality, this would be the best thing for the American people and it would save a lot of money. Moving on right here, Karen Jean-Pierre announces a new World Bank president who she says will play a key role in steering the World Bank to address global challenges we face like climate change and pandemics. This blows my mind that we just have a World Bank president. Obviously, these are the world elites that get together and basically at a head. And if you guys want to know more about him, you guys can. You guys can read this article right here. And again, it'll be in the comments. This was really interesting, and this is what I was talking about earlier about a new bill that's being proposed to ban members of Congress from trading individual stocks. Unusual Whales reports today an OpenSea employee was charged with insider trading. He bought featured NFTs making $50,000, but Senator Richard Burr got private COVID info on February 11th. On February 12th, he sold 83% of his equities in the millions. Minutes later, he called his family to sell. The SEC closed their investigations, and he wasn't brought on any charges and basically was just got off scot-free. And then this one was the biggest one that hit the news today. Democratic Congresswoman sold First Republic stock and bought JP Morgan just before bank sale. Financial disclosures show. For those of you guys that don't know, this is Representative Lois Frankel. She's a Democrat. And I'm not trying to harp on the Democrats. Republicans did this too. But for the most part, right now, it's the majority of them are Democrats. And this is just the one that hit the news today. So we're talking about it. I don't like to play a whole lot of sides in the political system right now, except when it comes to innovation. Democrats don't want it to happen in the financial markets. And right now, this individual got caught with insider trading. But this surprised me. So AOC and Matt Gaetz, okay, this really surprised me that AOC wants this. But AOC and Matt Gaetz introduced bipartisan bill banning Congress members from trading individual stocks for the various reasons that we've talked about on my channel. in previous videos also, if you guys want to go watch those. We talked about how a lot of members of Congress have been doing insider trading. Nancy Pelosi is probably the biggest one right here. These individuals in Congress make $174,000, whether in the House or in the Senate. That's their yearly salary. But a lot of these individuals, after their first term, have over $1 million in their bank accounts for their net worth. How can an individual off of um, a 4-year elected role now amass over $1 million in net worth after paying taxes and everything else like that? Let's just round it up to 200,000. You're only at 800,000. Plus, you have to pay taxes on that, and then whatever money you spend doing whatever you do, you would never amass $1 million in a net worth in 4 years being in Congress just based off of your salary. A lot of these individuals do insider trading and take bribes and stuff like that. So obviously this is great. So good on AOC is the first accomplishment that I can say that she actually did something great. And then Matt Gaetz, congratulations as well for working together to be able to introduce this bill. Moving on though, for those of you guys that have Gala on Coinbase, or if you only use Coinbase as an exchange and you have it on a cold storage wallet, I would highly encourage you guys to put it onto an exchange. Again, no financial advice. Do what you guys want. But Coinbase Asset says on May 15th, 2023, Go Gala Games will depreciate the existing Gala V1 and issue Gala V2. So they're basically doing an upgrade, and this is under new contract addresses. So what's going to happen is if you guys have your guys's Galas on like a cold storage wallet, you might not be able to get the V2 upgrades right away, or you might lose out entirely. Again, you guys have to read a little bit more into this because I can only give you the info that I receive. But if you guys are on Coinbase and Coinbase strictly, and you guys have bought at all, mine was on a cold storage wallet. I since going to be getting rid of my Gala here really soon. But Coinbase is going to suspend the trading of the Gala V1 on May 12th, on or around the snapshot time of 12 p.m. Ahead of the project's planned May 15th snapshot. But once this trading is suspended, I believe you'll still be able to maybe sell these tokens, but I'm not 100% sure. But on Coinbase strictly, that's for other exchanges. Coinbase strictly, they came out and said that they are not going to be issuing V2 tokens. So it says to ensure your guys' V2 airdrop from Go Gala Games teams, transfer your any one V Gala ones held on Coinbase into self-custodial wallets such as Coinbase Wallet before snapshot. But then they come out down here and it says right here, similarly, Coinbase will not be facilitating any upgrades of user funds from Gala V1 to Gala V2 at this time. The best way to ensure you receive the Gala V2 to hold Gala V1 in a self-custody wallet at this time of snapshot. So they're basically encouraging you guys to not have them on Coinbase Exchange is what I'm getting out of this. It says we are currently only the support send and receive functionality for Gala V1 on the Ethereum network. Sorry. Excuse me. But I got an email on this, and basically they're not going to have this airdrop. If you guys want to, you guys can click this link and they'll tell you a little bit more about this. But essentially, get your Galas off Coinbase, move them over to a different exchange that you guys like, or if you guys want to, you guys can either convert or sell these tokens. Moving on though, today Coinbase launched, and this was on May 2nd, so yesterday. Coinbase launched Coinbase International Exchange and will begin offering BTC and ETH, so Bitcoin and Ethereum perpetual futures settled in USDC with up to 5x leverage to institutional clients in eligible jurisdictions outside of the United States. So with the innovation that we've been talking about, how members of Congress and the SEC do not want cryptocurrency to succeed, it has driven a lot of exchanges, including Coinbase internationally, because one, rules and regulations are a lot more clear, as well as those countries actually want cryptocurrency to succeed because they see an actual benefit in it. Brian Armstrong, if you guys want to, this is just something for reading knowledge if you guys want to, but Coinbase squares off with Washington's top crypto skeptic. So Brian Armstrong, the CEO and co-founder of Coinbase, basically have a little bit of a square off here if you guys want to. It's an interesting article. I read it. I'm not going to get into it. It's just for just light reading if you guys enjoy a little bit of cryptocurrency talk. Paul Gruel, he's a chief legal officer over at Coinbase. He comes out and says the Third Circuit Court just issued a text-only order directing the SEC to file a response to our memorandums petition within 10 days and gave us 7 days for a reply. Here's the text order. At the direction of the court, respondents is ordered to file an answer to the petition for writ of memorandums within 10 days of the date of this order. Petitioner may file a reply in the response within 7 days of the date of filing of the response. We appreciate the court's careful consideration of this matter. So this is great because the SEC basically tries to stonewall and delay any chance they get. This is only to the Wells notice that Coinbase received, so this has nothing to do with the Ripple versus the SEC case. But Coinbase did receive a Wells notice from the SEC, and for those of you guys that don't know, it's basically just like a warning. Hey, we're probably going to sue you. You're being investigated right now, and if we find anything, we're going to sue you. So that's what Coinbase got. They're tried to receive a petition, and this is what they sent to the SEC. The SEC kind of just stonewalled them. So Paul Gruel went on to the courts, and the Third Circuit agreed that they need a reply within 10 days. We'll actually see if they do that because the court was ordered in the Ripple versus the SEC was actually ordered by the courts several times in the Ripple versus the SEC case to hand over the Hinman emails. I believe it was over 3 times and still did not do it up until almost the 5th time. I could be mistaken. If you guys, got it, put it down in the comments. But off the top of my head, I do think it was on the 5th time that they were ordered. They finally gave over the Hinman emails, and we still have not seen those. This one was really interesting. It's a long thread right here. I'm not going to get into it, but right here it says from Meta Lawman, this was actually really important. So after he was confirmed to his post as chairman of the SEC, Gensler testified to Congress on May 6th, 2021, that the SEC does not have the authority from Congress to regulate crypto exchanges. So if you guys want to, you guys can read this. This is really interesting because this can actually be used in the Ripple versus the SEC case, as well as if Coinbase actually does get sued by the SEC, they can go back and use this video as evidence. So that was really good on Meta Lawman for pointing this out. Jeremy Hogan says right here, the SEC takes a position, then backtracks on that position in litigation. Where have I seen this before? And he's hinting at the Ripple versus the SEC case. If you guys want to, this is another article, but this one was really interesting. I wanted to point out in this article that it actually says that they essentially with this, the SEC actually had a definition in a version of this that defined what digital assets and cryptocurrency were. They backtracked that in the final rule. It says right here that says while the SEC has initially induced the definition of the 2022 proposal to overhaul mandatory disclosures for hedge fund securities, regulators yanked the final rule approved by the commissioners. The agency included a footnote to explain itself. It says the commission and the staff are continuing to consider this term and are not adopting digital assets as part of this rule at this time, the note declared. So basically, they were going to issue something, and then they said, oh, wait, we can't because we're probably in litigation right now still. And if we do issue this, then it can be used against us in the court of law. So basically, screw off the SEC. They still haven't been able to come up with clear rules and regulations and still can't even do a simple definition of what a digital asset is and put it out there for the general public. And this guy right here, Gary Gensler, comes out and says that they're trying to protect the average investor with everything that they do. Complete BS. He's over here making videos every single day. And the last thing that I wanted to point out, again, this is another long thread, but the biggest piece that I wanted to point out that the Ripple versus the SEC case for Ripple to use, it says now also consider that the 2019 FSOC annual report highlighted XRP not as a security but as a virtual currency, a report that was signed by all the top financial regulators in the United States, including Clayton and Jerome Powell. So here's the member staff statement right here, and here is Jerome Powell's signature, and right here is Jay Clayton's. So this is really interesting that they basically labeled XRP as a currency and not a security. So when will Ripple use this? If and when, and how important will this be in impacting the case? Put it down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys can invest with the big dog, stay on the porch. Thank you guys and have a good one.